Introducing World War Death, a company-wide event ravaging the Coffin First 2022.
The White Reapers are coming, the White Reapers are coming, the White Reapers are coming. That's right. In 7 days or less, World War Death is upon us when we launch the all-new Lady Death Necrotic Genesis Kickstarter. And to give you an insight into what the heck it is we plan to do, please feast your weary eyes on this insane preview center. That's right. We're going to give you a three-dimensional image of everything that you could consider for this kick. But before we do, I just want to thank each and every person who came out to Swornfest. You guys and gals made it magical. We are still recovering. I bet you're still recovering. Maybe you could hear it in my voice, but I won't let that get in my way. Thanks again. Let us know if you think we should do it again. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Right here, Lady Death Necrotic Genesis is a 48-page square-bound story, co-written by myself and Mike McLean, illustrated by returning champion Diego Bernard, colored by returning champion Cece De La Cruz, and lettered by veteran letterer Marshall Dillon. This is an all-new storyline where Lady Death's father, Matthias, who's the head of the crazy hyper-scientific overlords, the Halo Corporation, have, I don't even know how to explain it. They've manipulated Lady Death's DNA, and it's turned into people who are White Reapers all across the globe. But now they're being hunted down. So it's really up to Lady Death to decide, is she going to take a stand and help these White Reapers out? Because in a sense, they're like her children. But of course, she's opposed. She's opposed by this seemingly too good to be true superhero named Lady Virtue. So I am going to leave it there, but I will tell you that on page 48 of this story is something we've never done with the character Lady Death ever before. So stay tuned. World War Death is upon us. In our Kickstarters, we have a multitude of additions and tiers and extras. Let's get right to it, shall we? Feast your eyes on the Sapphire Nova Cosplay Edition. This is featuring the fantastic Lady Death cosplayer Sapphire Nova, photography by Madrid Photography, and costume and makeup by Superheroes Unlimited. Next up, the Homage Edition, which is homaging the classic Batman #1. Very timely considering Batman's coming out this Friday. This is available in what I'd call a day edition. 10% of the print run will also be a night edition, maybe. Next up is the hardcover edition by Paolo Pantalena, colors by Chuck Michael Obach, if I remember correctly. This is a facsimile and a mock-up. Next, holy mackerel, feast your eyes on the Jewel edition by Colette Turner. Look at the insane amount of detail Colette put in this piece. Colette Turner is really knocking it out of the park. She signed up for a whole year's worth of our Kickstarter covers, and holy mackerel, what we've got in will boggle your mind. It's such a delight to get the work in. Next up, holy mackerel, this is our Naughty Edition by the one and only Sun K. With this image, I challenged Sun, and I said, Sun, could you please draw Lady Death as if she's the queen of all goth rockers in the world? And she was excited by the challenge, and here you see the result. Next up, holy mackerel, the holofoil edition by Mike Crone, Nordic Lady Death. This was actually a commission. I saw it and I was like, heck, can we reproduce it? And I find this image so stimulating that in my mind, I've already plotted a story about it. Amazing. Can you imagine like a White Reaper type character like Lady Death showing up during that time? How would she be regarded? She would be like a complete pariah. Anyway, I get ahead of myself. Next up, holy mackerel. Can you believe this Megafoil edition by Kendrick Lim? It's going to be featuring all the lightning in red. Woo, it's crazy. Now look, I'm getting ahead of myself and jumping ahead, but I want to let you know we're also offering a brand new hardcover art book called Lady Death Even More Naughty. The good news is this book is already being printed and on a boat heading toward us. And here is the completed samples. And that is the main edition with cover by Mike Crone, and the Naughty, the signed special edition by Sun K. And inside, this is a killer interior. Here, you could have someone draw on it, but look at the beautiful interiors. Sun K, Richard Ortiz, I mean, this one's bananas. Shannon Mayer, I mean, come on. Boy, this is an amazing one. We're offering that also. These are, I believe, $55 and $95. So a little jump over to that. Other additions are, look, we invited Dan Mendoza. Dan has done what we call the Genesis editions. So please feast your eyes on those. It's 3 books that make up a single set. And Genesis, here we have the character Hana. Lady Death is now fighting the character named Lady Virtue. And look, Lady Virtue is really presented as a squeaky clean superheroine, but you could already see cracks in the armor. There's some sort of indication that there's something more to her than meets the eye. Now, here is the heavy metal edition by champion Dawn McTague. Holy mackerel. Dawn McTague delivers the goods as she always does. People like Prince, so feast your eyes on our series of Prince we're offering on some of the editions. Beautiful image by Eric Henson. Holy mackerel. Brett Booth. The aforementioned Dan Mendoza. Homage. These are the official prints of the campaign. Kendrick Lim. Cosplay. Whoa. There's the full color on the Dawn. Amazing color by Dawn. Really pops. Incredible. As Dawn continues to deliver the goods every time. There's the Mike Chrome. Holy mackerel. Colored by Chuck Michael Obach. I like the coolness of it. And then, holy mackerel, Simon Bisley. That's right, Simon Bisley. Next up, what I'd love to show you is some of our upper tier editions. So sometimes our upper tiers will be things like what we call the High Roller, the Mega Baller, the Legend tier, and then even the Mega VIP. And the base of these tiers will include all the aforementioned editions that you've seen and the following. Let me see where I'm going to start. Let's get into some of the upper tier books. So we'll start with exclusive to the High Roller is the Pop Art edition by Monty Michael Moore. And this is an homage to the one and only Patrick Nagel. I think Monty really does a great job in it. So jumping over to the Mega Baller tier, we have returning champion Jesse Witchman along with Tavon doing one of the craziest covers he's ever done. I mean, you really got to kind of take a look at this thing. It is wild. Next up, Sia returns. She's doing, it gave some challenges to artists showing other White Reaper-like characters. So on the one hand, you think you're looking at Lady Death, but what you may actually be looking at is a White Reaper from another part of the world. And there is the naughty version of the Dawn McTague. This is just a beautiful different coloration. They are completely different. Here's the heavy metal in a golden look, and then there's the naughty in blue. This is all part of the Mega Baller, and then the Kendrick Lim, the naughty version. Those are some books that are exclusive to the Mega Baller tier. How would you like to see the Legend tier? I would love to show the Legend tier to you. Let me make sure. Oh, man. So this is our first ever Simon Bisley cover. Great working with Simon. Simon Bisley, the one and only. What is there to say about Simon Bisley? He's like, what if a biker was actually a comic artist? And he was actually a biker. So he's a great guy. Every time I've met Simon socially at cons has been a story. in that we haven't gotten arrested each time has been remarkable. If you catch me in person, I'll tell you the story. I'm not going to like go on the record, but any story you might have heard about Simon or the rumors, you know, that he's like a madman, they're true. So here's Simon's cover as a noir, and then Simon's cover with trade dress. Now, part of the Legend here also is what we call the Ultimate Edition. And here's a beautiful edition by Brett Booth. Boy, Brett Booth, man, I think his art is so amazing. Just so happy that he contributed. Very nice guy as well. So we have it with full trade dress. We have it virgin art. And then we also have noir. That way you can really just feast your eyes upon it. And so the legend tier would include all of the aforementioned editions, not the hardcover. It would include the Genesis set. It would include the pop art edition. It would include all these Mega Ball editions, and then all of these editions. But if you are even crazier, well, I'm going to show you the Mega VIP, but let me show you a couple other elements. Over here, I'm about to show you the Chase edition, but then over here, I'm going to show you the mystery envelopes. Those are actually part of the tiers as well. So let me show you this campaign's Chase edition by Eric Henson and colored by the one and only Sanju Niven June. Eric did an amazing job. Lady Death on the Beach, all these different gorgeous color variations, which are each limited to 75. I know a lot of folks like to collect the complete set, so do I. But we also offer an Omega, and that's literally a copy limited to 1. And feast your eyes on the Omegas. You'll notice that it is a different way of addressing the cover. We knock the background out, so you're just seeing the figure. And there is only one involved in the campaign. And so this is the Chase edition. Very classy. Good job, Eric Henson, man. Awesome. People do like commemorative prints. It's a great way when a campaign comes out, it's standing the test of history, and how do you commemorate it? Well, let's do it with the images most commonly associated. And so the commemorative prints for this campaign are the main premiere edition cover by Diego Bernard and Cece de la Cruz, and the Naughty by Sun K. We've been doing commemorative editions since our very first Kickstarter. This is our 28th crowdfunding campaign, and stoked. Now, I know some people like metal trading cards out there. I could speak metal trading cards. I like them too. So what I do is I pick some images I think are fun, and I'm about to show them to you. This is the official metallic cards. Mike Crone, Simon Bisley, Brett Booth, Sia Ohm, Kendrick Lim, and the killer cosplay cover featuring Sapphire Nova. That is your official metallic card for Necrotic Genesis. Now, before I show you the Mega VIP tour, which is basically almost everything here, including what I'm about to show you, would you guys and gals out there like to see a couple of other things that we're offering on the campaign? First, Jimmy Coffin, if you wouldn't mind taking a step back, actually what we are offering is the Sworn Club Year 2 patch set. So that includes these patches of Hell Witch, Sworn Club, image of Lady Satanus, image of Lady Death, the word Fiend, image of La Muerta, and on the back, the Sworn Club patch and the giant back patch. We're offering this for $55. This is a mock-up of how you could put it on a garment. Now, another thing that we're offering you may have heard about is we're really getting crazy with these campaigns, but we have a color variant of the Lady Death action figure. This is the Scarlet Edition. What you will notice that's different is, first of all, it's limited to 666 copies. And the color is completely different. Lady Death's skin is uncolored and white. Her costume is scarlet, and all her accessories and skulls are pure silver. So this is limited to 666 copies. It will be premiering on this campaign exclusively. Now, let's get into the mystery envelopes, shall we? And there are some comments. I wouldn't mind seeing if what we've shown you guys so far is of your interest. Let me see here. So Caitlin says the Brett Booth image is smoking. And Miranda says that Mike Chrome is gorgeous. Robert Zabowski says, miss you guys. Great weekend. Miss you too, Robert. And let's see here. And then Robert says, that's beautiful. Thank you. So let's take a look at the mystery envelopes for this campaign, shall we? First up, I'm here to let you know that we're tipping in several Omega editions, meaning limited to 1, several BP editions, artist proof editions, and publisher file copies. These are all from the past. Now get ready. Next up, we are doing a metal edition limited to 50 by Sabine Rich. Gorgeous image. This was a commission from Sabine. Next up, our character number 13. This is a brand new character, number 13. She essentially is a hunter of White Reapers, And you'll notice that this is an homage of the Monera Spider-Woman cover. We wanted to highlight number 13. And then this is the nude version of number 13, the homage. That art is by Richard Ortiz. And then our character, Lady Virtue, you see her in action. And she appears to be heroic. And then Lady Virtue Naughty. There's some sort of black matter coming off her, some sort of necrotic matter. Maybe there's a duality to this character. There's the shiny exterior that the public knows and the marketing companies promote, but she might be fighting off this very, very dark essence. Here we go. Now we have the Michael Dooney Nice and Naughty set, limited to 50 apiece. This is the first published, is this the first? I think it's the first published Michael Dooney. So happy that Michael is on board for new covers. We have Keith Garvey, for sure, 100% the first published Keith Garvey Lady Death book. Very happy to be working with Keith. This is a naughty version. More Keith Garvey, more Michael Dooney coming from Coffin Comics. These editions are limited to 50 or less. Next up is the Ryan Kincaid Lady Death, nice and naughty. And this is either Lady Death, or if you like, it could be a White Reaper. Matt Meerhoff, a nice and naughty version. And you'll notice the DNA strands. We're using a lot of DNA strands because this whole storyline is about escaped DNA running wild and actually changing the face of the earth. Next up, this is the first ever Marissa Pope Lady Death Nice and Naughty set. Marissa's first published work with Coffin Comics. Marissa is an upcoming Phoenix-based artist. I've actually known Marissa for some time. Very happy to have her contribute to Coffin Comics. Next up, Alex Ronald in a Nice and Naughty Lady Death in the Graveyard. Pretty hard to beat. I love his coloring. It's got that cool grindhouse quality. Alex has been contributing for, 7 years to Coffin. Always happy to have his work. Next up, Anthony Spey. Nice and Naughty. This is a Brazilian White Reaper Lady Death. The White Reapers have gotten around to all the continents. Is that Lady Death or is that a White Reaper? Pretty cool selection. I hope you enjoy them. Uh-oh. Here's a whole bunch of Reapers, and they are by Larry Wells, the artist on Cherry. A Nice and Naughty set. It's a whole host of Reapers from all different countries around the world. Our spinner rack has a mind of its own. Next up, we have a line of books we're introducing now called Casket editions. They're limited to 25 copies a piece. First up, Dawn McTagg Casket edition. Monty Michael Moore Casket edition, limited to 25. David Harrigan Casket edition, limited to 25. Jesse Witchman Casket edition, limited to 25 copies. Next up, Richard Ortiz rules, man. And here's a beautiful Richard Ortiz set. Both limited to 50. Richard Ortiz, returning favorite at Coffin Comics. We simply adore his work. What he has coming this year is truly mind-boggling. He's such a favorite of mine. Next up, here is a couple of Monty Moores. I like this one. We called this one Unhappy Hour edition. Limited to 50. And another super cool edition, limited to 50. Now, this is kind of crazy. You know, the idea of the mystery envelope, strangely, you could tell the mystery envelope these days takes me as long to do as it takes the rest of the campaign because there's so much involved in it. So that's a sense of the mystery envelope campaign. There's 1,359 envelopes this time around, I believe. So hopefully a lot of choices that you like. Let me check to see if there's any comments. People are get the feedback. Jeff Monet, Carmen Sakara, Dream On. Sorry, let's see here. What do we got here? These Casket editions look like the big remarks that are occasionally offered in books. That's exactly what they are. That's true. That is it. I'm picking some of the cooler ones, and we are remaking them as editions that you can possess. Now, let's talk about the Mega VIP tier. The Mega VIP tier is the highest tier offered in the campaign, and this is what's included. First up is a Brett Booth Ultimate Edition handcrafted. What you're looking at is a sample. These are individually hand-colored by Jason Jensen. The Mega VIP tier is limited to 13 copies. 10 are inserted into the campaign, 3 are retained by the publisher. But this gives you a sense of how individual they really are. Jason Jensen, returning champion, is the artist. So the Mega VIP tier comes with everything in the Legend tier, plus the handcrafted, which you saw, plus, it's actually, I don't see it here, but it actually includes I believe it includes well, we'll call it a surprise. There's a couple of surprises that go with it. Now, we're also going to actually include a ash can set. So feast your eyes on the official ash can for Necrotic Genesis. Beautiful cover by Diego Bernard. The regular edition is limited to 200. And then the first appearance, Lady Virtue. And then exclusive to the tier is the holofoil ash can, limited to 15. And then to round out this Mega VIP tier, really feast your eyes on the most complicated thing we possibly have ever done. This is the sculpture edition of the Mike Cromart. Jason Fowers took this on. I really think he outdid himself. I hope, see here if you really get a sense of it. Man, it's really ambitious in scope and scale. Please feast your eyes on it. Limited to 15 copies overall. Our sculpture editions have been reselling on the aftermarket for close to $1,000. If you were at Swornfest, we revealed one and we offered it dirt cheap for everybody because we just want people to be happy. So this gives you a sense of the offerings. And we send you the PDF. We do the previews so that you can do some planning, knowing that our campaign begins March 9th at 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Please be there. Our campaigns are alive. They're active. I'm a little still recovering. I'm trying to save my throat. But as you can imagine, our campaigns are a living event. Runs for 30 days. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans happening. So this is your boy, Brian Polito, publisher of Coffin Comics, creator of Lady Death. Lovingly signing off, hoping you enjoyed this preview of Lady Death Necrotic Genesis. My energy will be a lot higher really soon, as soon as I recover. I just got one thing to say. You've been great. I've been Brian Polito. Holler at you later.
Introducing War, Death, a company-wide event ravaging the Coffin 2022.